Okay, let's get started. And hopefully it will actually work. It's been a long time. Let's see. Just need to verify that it actually will show up on the browser. Oh, I still have 1940 Space Program as my title. I'd better fix that. Oh, it's showing me as offline. That's weird. I wonder if I'm streaming on Go for Launch by mistake. Okay, well, I'm told that people can see me, which is nice, because I can't see the thing, but I don't. Whatever. So let's see if this works. All right. Yes, Agathorn, I'm switching because I was at the library today and was showing off KSP. Basically, somebody from the Museum of Flight was there who uses KSP for like outreach to kids. And I heard they were doing this thing at the library, so I was like, okay, well, I'll come by because I was somewhat involved in KSP, as you might say. So I came by and met them, helped kids try to build and fly some rockets. Oh, sorry about the dings. I forgot I had IRC set to make noise. So let me try to fix that thing. Let me see if I can make IRC not make noise. Okay. Okay, I have set IRC to not make noise, I hope. All right, let's see if I still know how to play this game. It's been a very long time. It has been a large number of months. I didn't think it was 9 months. I thought it was like 6 months, but because it's, oh, well, yeah, no, it's been, I think I stopped about November. God, it's been so long. Let's see if I remember how to fly this. Engage autopilot. Make sure we have a good light. With apologies to Agathorn, I'm going to disable test flight. Oh, test flight's already disabled in Sandbox for me, so I don't actually have to re-disable it. Because I would like to live. So, without any further ado, turn start velocity. Ha ha. Oh, this is still set up for. Ha ha. Yeah, this thing is gonna have so many gravity losses. So many gravity losses. Let's see if those numbers are anywhere near correct. Okay. We have good light on the boosters, so away we go. Come on, MechJeb, don't fail me now. Gonna tighten that up a little. Roll program is good. Spoiler, I don't remember how to play. Although, actually, that's not true. I remember how to play regular KSP, because that's kind of simpler. But let's see if I remember how to play RO. Pitch program. I kept vertical until 120 because this thing has such a pitiful thrust-to-weight ratio. Let's see how this goes. Agathorn, as I mentioned before, Sandbox has test flight disabled, so it's not showing up in play. So that's why it's not there. Apologies for the background mic noise. I'm not sure why it's picking up random mic noise. I trust you guys can still hear me fine. That's awesome to hear, Coolini. I'm super glad to hear that. I always am happy when somebody gets good use out of that tutorial. Okay, we're lofting much higher than I planned for us to loft, but we have a long time to orbit, so we're probably okay. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, we're lofting about right, I think. Jeff CCC. No, this is broadly a Titan 1, I think. I think these are LR89s, LR79s, something. Yeah, it's basically it's a it's a Titan 1 built with Atlas hardware. And we're about to reach burnout. Burnout and staging. Oh, that was bad. Apparently the fairings for the payload were in the same stage group as my second stage engine. Whatevs. Yeah, I mean, XCOM, to be fair, like, ACE is a thing, so that doesn't apply to some people. Yeah, so those were LR79 because I don't have FASA installed generally. Oh, I should probably check what my apogee is not that crazy. This is actually not a bad ascent. That's sort of funny. That's shocking that this is not that bad an ascent. Because I'm very out of practice. But yeah, so I don't have FASA installed, so this was built with Atlas parts, which is what we have for the faults. Well, I mean, technically Thor parts, and then an LR105 for the second stage. Got to remember that I'm going to have to hot stage this. How are we doing? Our apogee is still climbing. We're getting a little... I think I'm going to have to pitch up some. That is indeed an LR105. Agathorn 360, no scope, also. Okay, I'm gonna pitch back down a little bit. So, yeah, our apogee is actually... Oh, right, but we have to burn for about a minute on the next stage, so I do need to pitch up more. A little bit. There are 50 bajillion LR engines because LR just means liquid rocket, and that's what the Air Force called everything. Well, I mean, technically, that's the joint naming system, the Air Force and Navy. Whoa, we need to pitch down. That was bad. Hey, congrats. Yes, RSSV is... I would not want to do this without something like that, because it just makes everything look so much better. 50 seconds on that. We're coming up on apogee. We'll pitch up a little more, stretch that out. Pitch down a little bit more. We're lofting fine. What's our vertical speed? Oh, it's still pretty high. All right, let's pitch back down. That's nice of MechJeb to correct our inclination. 8 seconds, get ready to hot stage. RCS to on. All right, I really should have staged a little before that, but that's sometimes dangerous. So I was fine with just staging at burnout. Now we have to pitch up a fair amount, which is expected because we have about 1 kilometer per second to go. Pitch back down. I thought RD was Russian for just reaction engine because they applied it to some jets as well. All right, I'm going to take a quick guess and guess that this is about how long we need to be until orbit. So we'll kill that, and I'll get ready on the disengage. Ooh. I don't have as much delta V as I thought I did. Probably have too high steering losses. What's our vertical speed like? Ha! Perfect. All right. We do not have enough for TLI, which is sad. I should have flown a better ascent, I guess. All right, 186 by 180. I would call that a pretty good parking orbit. However, we're low by 100 meters per second for a TLI, which we wouldn't do anyway because we're obviously not in the plane of the moon because I just launched, but this thing notionally has enough delta V to get to the moon. If I had launched a better ascent, which I had not. Oh, we only expended 9.1 kilometers per second delta V, so that actually wasn't a crappy ascent. Gravity loss is 1700. Steering loss is 17 meters per second. That was actually a fairly decent ascent. That's okay. So I guess I didn't quite forget as much of this as I thought I did. That's nice. That's always nice. So let's deorbit this hunk of junk. Right into the Atlantic. Coming up on retrograde. And few gentle pufflets. Aligned. Ullage for a bit. Oh, I should check status on this. Oh, it is very stable. So let's light her up. Yeah, we'll probably beat our stage, actually. Because we only burned 1 kilometer per second extra, and we're going to take 3 off. So we'll probably actually have a steeper descent than that. The ugly little thing on the top is a lead ballast tank. That was just a payload mass simulator. Tyler Ray's, I believe RD is just reaction engine, which means it applies to both rockets and jets. Kalini, I hate to say this, but I actually do have a few commits in the RVE branch. So I have my fingers in that pie as well, although that's like 99% Pingo Pete's and now Phineas Freak's work. So I can't take any credit for it. I'm just saying, like, yet another thing I have commits in. I do. It's true. I have fingers in many pies. Pies are tasty, especially pies made from code. Coming up on burnout, and we advanced far enough that we're not actually gonna have a steep. We'll have a steeper descent in entry angle terms, but we won't hit there before it does. And 5 seconds to burnout. There we go. Oh, right, and MechJeb is... Oh, we're out of... Right, we're out of comms, so it's going to burn the RCS tanks dry, too. Okay, I think I might as well revert this. Guys, we're in Sandbox. And right about now is when KSP used to crash on me. But it did not, which is nice. So, so Agathorn MechJeb does everything out of comms, unless Sarbian has changed that recently. Or Remotech side, they've changed it. Because, I mean... I think MechJeb has all the hooks. Remotech just has to call them. Or, I don't know, it's been a while. Right, so you guys got anything you want to see me do? Because I just wanted to make sure I still knew how to play, so I opened this rocket and decided to launch it. But I am now open to whatever. Except for like the crazy stuff that AngstCon suggests, like making a Mars colony in the next 20 minutes. And of course you put in chat immediately when I say that, Mars colony. Oh, hey, Strategy Chief, good to see you. All right, so this thing has such a piddling thrust-to-weight ratio. It's impressive. It's the most unkerbal rocket ever. Let me rephrase. What would you like me to see me do that is possible in a decent amount of time? Because, like, yes, it's probably, I mean, it is possible, but I'm not going to do it. A, it's possible, but B, perhaps not for me, and C, it's not really like something I can do in the next half hour. Because it's already 8 o'clock and I should eat soon. But yeah, I'd wanted to get this up and running. Let's see. Land on. So, interplanetary. All you ever want to see is interplanetary. Nothing in the good old Earth Moon system. That thing that I can go to without like time warping 2 months to get a phase, to get a window. ATV style mission. Sure, we can do that. That's not hard to do. I could have left that thing in orbit as a target. Oh, I'm not going to bed. I'm eating supper. How fast can I bring human bodies in contact with the moon? Um, well, let's think about this. Um, we could pretty easily get basically Mercury with a good 6 kilometers per second of delta V behind it. That would be a pretty fast transfer. Um, yeah, I used to be in Eastern time, but I moved out west, which is partly why I disappeared off the face of the earth for a while, because moving is hard. But yeah, now I'm outside Seattle in Bellevue, so I am on Pacific time now. Okay, but let me actually. Ooh, I wonder if I have my old, so I don't have to rebuild them. Let me see if I have my. Agathon, I thought you were up in. Oh, you're in Canada, but you're probably in like Vancouver or something, right? Because that's where you would be for software development. Uh, Doobie doobie doo. What do I have in here? Um. Oh, I have those. Right, all that stuff I designed for Go for Launch that we never actually got to because of. Yeah. Cub. What the heck is Cub? Oh, this thing. I remember this thing. This was the thing what got into orbit by itself with no guidance. I remember this thing. That was fun. This is 1.1.3. It's the install that I had. Because I just want to try something, and it's been so long, and I didn't want to go through the hassle of setting up a 1.2.2 install. Yes, I still reaching for the stars. I still go for launch. Uh, what's here? Oh, also, apparently all the images are gone. Catapult. Oh yeah, that was from my RP0 place tutorial. Datsun. What was that? That's probably another rocket. Let me see if I have any kind of rendezvous vehicle in here. Oh, I have my Labrador. That's cool. Block 3L. Is this the? Oh no, this is the. I think. Right, Labrador was. I think the serious business capsule I had before. Yeah, that looks like a big rocket. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that is not a small thing. I generally name my capsules after dogs. I name my rockets after all sorts of things. I had rockets named after birds. I had rockets named in my tutorial playthrough. I had them named after siege weapons, like catapult and ballista, and um, scorpion, which is actually a siege weapon. It was a Greek siege. I think maybe Byzantine siege weapon. Where's Block 3L was the lunar variant. That's right. Um, Where do I have? I'm sh I'm sure somewhere in here I had a retriever. Ah, that's probably. Oh no, of course that was my lander. Why would I? Right. Um. Oh yeah, and in my US playthrough I had them named after Greek stuff. Okay, so I guess I have to build my own stuff this time. That's fine. That's cool. Right, so we want some decent avionics, but cost doesn't matter, so we'll use the Agena avionics package, which is 1.5 meters in diameter, if memory serves. And where's my proc tanks? There we are. Okay, and why not? The key command is numeric keypad star. Yes, it said 1940 space program because I stupidly didn't change the name before I started streaming. Why is it single? It should be double. There we are. It's a good double tank color. That'll do. Now, service module, but low utilization. I was going to say I'm impatient enough that I won't do my usual tank butt stuff, but Agathorn, you may want to look at the previous versions of that on YouTube if you wanted to see. It was basically I was building space-capable stuff out of aggregate rockets, aggregate tech. Tried to build the actual A9, but it burnt it up. So, yeah. But the actual rockets were working okay. Let's see. Right, so we want, shape, where's smooth cone? Man, I'm out of practice. So your screen, top should be about that. Bottom is nothing. Well, maybe not nothing. Because I think that triggered a bug in front. Tanks. Alright, and ooh, right. I've never tried out those. Where's XLR90? It's down here somewhere. XLR81. Because there are some really nice alternate configs for the XLR81. For example, this one. 324 seconds specific impulse. 15 ignitions. Not subject to ullage. That's... Hey, no, Mr. Brown. That's pretty epic. That was Shuttle Eric stuff. They were gonna that was for they were gonna use Agena as like a reusable tug for the shuttle's cargo bay. So yeah, doesn't have to be pressure fed, which means this can go back to default. It's our delta V. That's shockingly high for a very small runtime. Oh, right, because our utilization is crappy. Oh, right. What's the rated burn time on that? Does it not say? Oh, I probably don't have the... Yeah, because test flight's off, it won't tell me the rated burn time. Oh, well. But I think it's probably 4 minutes, just like everything else. So that's 5 minutes. Let's go back to 4 minutes. Close enough. Oh. Yeah, I forgot about the tank butt. There. Now I have to build some RCS. Where's the... There's the 275s. All right. That's some big old RCS. Oh, no, they're four... right, they're 445. Where's the half-size ones? RCS quad. 28. There's the 138s. Okay. That's right. That is the RCS that I want. Turn off angle snap. All right. Okay. Oh, we should probably save this and call it something. Do I... Wait, what happened? Did they just jump? I thought I had them like that. Oh, they're also need to come in some. All right, now they'll fit inside a shroud. Oh, that's what happened. Our Sparky C. You're absolutely right. That is what happened. And yeah, that's what happened. I hit spacebar while I was typing the space name, and for some reason, some idiot forgot to set the input locks right for that. Possibly me. Maybe it was Jim, but probably me. So that would be why. Right, so I was making... Oh, this was stupid of me. I should have made the fairings base the root. Whatever. So we need 2 of these. And they need to be fillet cylinders. And probably gold foil. Yeah. 100% utilization. Type service module. That looks kind of big. That's probably too much RCS, but maybe not. So let's make these. I mean, we could just cross-feed them from the main tanks, which is, I think, one of the plans. But let's just make them hydrazine. TL6. I guess that's TL7. Maybe. Is it TL6? Yeah, it's probably TL6. Wait. Whatevs. TL6. Fill this. That decreased our delta V some. Proc fairing base. .5. Sides. We'll do Koenig. Koenig is fine. Why would I choose hydrazine when? Sparky asks, why would I choose hydrazine when MMH NTO has, or Aerozine NTO? For the same reason that I do a lot of stuff that I don't have to do that limits me a lot, just because in many cases hydrazine is all you need. You don't have to deal with bipropellant RCS. I mean, in real life, you do it because it's cheaper and it's a little easier to deal with than having two toxic cancer stick chemicals to deal with. Yeah, and for here, like, we don't need that. How much is this? 14 liters each, 28 liters. Yeah, we don't really need serious RCS for this thing. So that's fine. So we can just stick with hydrazine. I mean, what I could have done, like, I could have set it to the same. Oh, that's right. That's yeah. They're using red fuming nitric and MMH, which is the weirdest thing. But hey, but yeah, I could have set that to bipropellant RCS. But I mean, carry a few extra liters of hydrazine. The specific impulse isn't that much worse. Let's see. That's correct. Ooh, did these start out non-stage? Did I actually do that right? Yes. Excellent. Okay, so they'll activate when the engine does. Yeah, basically the base explanation for why I do a lot of stuff in RO and RP0 that I do is just because it feels realer to do it. Because, I mean, that's the choice they'd make in real life. Like Centaur, even Centaur 5 on the Atlas 5, I think still uses hydrazine. They'd get marginally better performance out of some bipropellant NTO mix, but it's, you know, not really enough to matter, and just hydrazine alone is cheaper and a little easier to deal with. So I do that too. Right, so that's the upper stage. And we'll assume that we'll use, like, I don't know, kilometer or 2 per second to get into orbit. So we now need inner stage. Fairing base is around here somewhere. F, G, G, H, I. I is somewhere down here. Oh, all the heat shields. There's the inner stage base. Oh, should save. So I save religiously. So Agathorn, yes, I would. I would rather use. Basically, the way you get around this is you right-click on the fairing and lock it. And then you save that as a subassembly. And then you can still use procedural fairings, but have non-procedural, but still have to fit within the fairing shape. That said, like if you talk to ULA, they will build you custom fairings if you pay enough. Or you talk to SpaceX and they'll probably do the same. I don't know. SpaceX, they probably don't want to take that overhead. But I mean, you can get custom fairings if you really need them. You just should pay an arm and a leg for them beyond the first. The problem with all these procedurals is that somebody has to make a mod where you actually have to set up a factory line. And nobody has had a chance to do that yet. Same for proc tanks, proc fairings, whatever. You need to pay the unlock cost for that diameter. And for the fairings, you need to pay the unlock cost for that fairing shape. And then it'll be on par with regular parts. Right, so avionics. We need some avionics, don't we? How heavy is this going to be? This is going to be broadly Atlas mass, so the 2 meter is fine. And we'll just put an avionics ring there. You know what? I kind of don't want to bother to build that stage. So let's take that LV I just had. Man, it takes a long time to open the load list. Tier S. Where's tier? Tier 2 is in here somewhere. I wonder if I need to, well, try that. All right, and let's get rid of our centaurish thing. Oh, I forgot how you strip parts off. Is it control? Is it shift? It's shift. Okay. Don't need that anymore. These are set up for a centaur. Let's mosey on down. That's fine. It's gonna need extra height, however. And the top is gonna be 1.5. Well, that's a extreme necking, but I guess we'll go with it. A little bit more. That's about right. Didn't know you could do what? The picking parts off grayed out stuff, that's in the base game. Has been since probably 1.0 or 1.1. No, this is 1.1. I think it's been in since 1.0 at least, if not earlier. And I certainly didn't write it. I presume either that was Felipe when he redid the editor or Jim when he had to redo it. Yeah, that's been in for a while. I apparently have 3 engines. This is going to have, man, that has like a Russian level thrust to weight ratio. I think I'm going to exchange this for 2 engines. 90-degree snap. And let's move these in. What is this, like a 4-point-something meter core, probably? No, a 3 point... Oh, it's a 3.6 meter core. That's why, not a 3 meter core. Heh, heh. That's why this thing is so overpowered. Let's give these the... Oh, is that all? Okay. Well, I guess we're remaking this slightly then. Oh, and that's going to snap my tank, isn't it? Oh, no, it didn't. Awesome. Awesome. It didn't actually reset the... Will it now? Let's see. Bottom, 3 meter. 2.8 meter. And let's make this 3 meter. Where did my right-click menu go? There we are. 3 meter. And make this 3 meters. And move the engines in a little bit more. And base top 3 meters. All right. The engines on this launch vehicle are... oh, you already answered your own question. Yeah, but they're LR79s. I probably should put H1s on it. Oh, but it's fine now. Let's go to a full 3 minutes burn time. Ooh, that's actually not as much delta V as I would have liked. But it's a decent lift-off thrust-away ratio, so we'll go with it. What am I... Oh, shoot. I just... Nah. That'll do. Let's get rid of this. Okay. Move the whole shebang down. All right, so that... How much battery life does this have? This has a crap ton of batteries, so that's fine. Also, its integrated antenna is probably sufficient. But never hurts to add extra. So let's add some extra antennas. Put them on my usual antenna action group. And yeah, we don't have solar panels or anything like that because we're just relying off Agina's battery power. I mean, I guess we could put some solar panels on, but that's really kind of a pain because I didn't build my usual structure around the Agina's engine like the real-life Agina had. So yeah. So the bottom stage is basically like an uprated Europa, which is broadly equivalent to Titan 1. Yeah, so let's launch this thing. Stage check. This should go up here, I think. And we might as well hot stage, because why not? Okay. Well, not quite hot stage, but like mostly warm stage. So let's put this in orbit, and then we'll try to rendezvous with it. Sorry about the beeps. Right. This ascent profile is going to have to be a crap ton more shallow. I should have just relaunched the last thing and just used it as a rendezvous target, but we'll do it this way. I'm thinking with that kind of burnout thrust to weight ratio, I'm thinking a launch profile like that, probably. Let's find out. Here we go. So mostly warm staging is sort of like being mostly dead, um, because the stage behind you is mostly dead. That is, the engines are still hot enough that if it still had propellant, they would probably reignite. Um, Good old MacJeb doing this properly. I hope this will be a correct descent. We'll see. Yeah, we're already high enough that we're close to vacuum. Or close to vacuum thrust to weight ratio already. Don't don't flip out, MacJeb. Don't flip out. There we go. All right. That was worrying. Got a little above prograde there. Oh. What is it trying to do? Why is it trying to do that? Come on, MacJeb. Don't let's screw this up. That is a big old cloud of gas behind us. And also flame, but mostly gas. All right, 50 kilometers, we're down to less than 2 kilopascals of dynamic pressure, so MacJeb should no longer have any problems with this. 40 seconds to burn out. Our apogee is climbing fairly rapidly now. Yeah, our apogee got way high. But that's fine, because we want a high orbit. We'll just have to, like, pitch down some. We have delta V to burn, so... Hey, why are we not actually pitching... There we go. Now we're pitching down. And let's jettison the fairings. And extend the antennas. Note that this is not representative of the current state of RO, because there's been a lot of work done in the last 7 months. But this is what I had on my disk as of the last time I played RO. This was a crummy ascent. The first ascent was good. I was not aggressive enough in my ascent. I'm out of practice for early US style launches. Nope, nothing behind the fairing. This is just a rendezvous thing. Oh, I should have given a docking port, shouldn't I? That was stupid. Well, it's a rendezvous target. Yeah, I really should have given this a docking port, but I probably don't actually have time to dock, so it's fine. I mean, actually, you know what? What the heck? I'm not happy with that ascent anyway. Okay, Can I give it the Apollo docking system? Oh. Short answer, yes, I can. That's cool. All right, we'll just roll with that. Tempted to add like some ballast just to make that ascent less overpowered, but whatever. Whoa, I didn't even know Nightingale was here. All right, so let's try this again. Mekjeb is not going to enjoy this. That's for sure. So I'm going to have to like half manually fly this launch, I think. Oh, I can't toggle staging. That's bad. Let's fix it that way. So we do not want to stage away our docking port. What reaction wheel? Oh, hey, Pap. Well, Mekjeb is beginning to get as wonky as I thought it would. Come on, Mekjeb. Come on, Mekjeb. Get back on the crosshairs. Yeah, we're parts poor, so we just reuse parts because that looked kind of avionicsy. So I made it avionics. This is a much better ascent. Oh, I guess we should get rid of some of these so Mekjeb... Oops, wrong way. Come on, why isn't it removing stages? There we are. All right, now I can actually see everything. All right, that was much more acceptable. It's not perfect, but it's acceptable. All right. Vary our pitch. And fairing sep. Time to pitch down again. Actually, you know what? We don't want that low in orbit, so we'll let our apogee run away from us for a bit. And we'll just coast now and circularize. And let MechJeb take care of it. Yeah, those antenna tips would get a lot of exhaust because this instantly goes to very large expansion. I should have had them pointing outwards instead of back like that. But this is not 4K. This is 2560 by 1600. Just your bog standard old 30-inch monitor. Agathorn, there is. If you go into MechJeb settings, turn on RSS mode, then it does not disengage. Agathorn was asking, is there a way to get MechJeb to not cut the throttle when you disengage its autopilot? And that is how you do it. Let me just see if I can get the settings up to demonstrate. They're in here somewhere. Settings. RO RSS special handling, whip. That is what you do, and MechJeb won't cut the throttle. And that's not a bad 200-kilometer orbit. I think I'm going to raise it. I think I'm going to raise it to change apogee to 400 kilometers after a fixed time of 30 seconds. Let MechJeb handle that because I want a nice sorry, I want a nice high orbit to make rendezvous easier for whatever we send up after this. All right, and then we'll go ahead and circularize at the next apopsis. Man, that's expensive on the hydrazine. We've got plenty of hydrazine. How are we doing on batteries? We still have tons of juice. Yeah, we've only used 30 kilojoules. Yeah. All right. So that's good enough. So let's kill our rotation. And now we have to rendezvous with this thing, which means we get to wait a day. Well, less than a day, but whatevs. Oh, Pap, this does mean that I hope to actually try your contracts at some point in the next few weeks. Um, now that I've demonstrated that I can actually play this thing. Although I guess that means I have to make a 1.2.x install instead of a 1.1 install, because it'll depend on the latest RO and all that. Oh, hey, Shimi. All right, so this worked well enough. What did we use? We used 80, 100, I think, 40. Notes for myself. Cool. All right, yeah, it's mostly just yeah. I mean, basically, just if I do get latest on all the repositories that are linked, I'll probably have a 1.2 install. Still need to get, I'll need to manually grab FAR though. Where might I have put? Where would I have put my little? What was this? Was this a capsule? No. This was. Ah. Oh, that's my tutorial rocket. I guess I could just launch a Labrador because I have it built, but. Oh, I kind of have to because I used a big docking port, so I can't use the. I can't use a Mercury-sized thing unless I dock it backwards, which is not that bad a deal. But see what this looks like. Oh, this actually has a decent service module. Bare bones one, but it'll work. With 1.4 kilometers per second delta V, that's not that terrible. Thanks, Spark. Thank you, RSparkEC. That looks very helpful. That looks very helpful indeed. Okay, so let me see what other crap I have in here that I could fly to rendezvous with that thing. Because I really don't want to build a whole CSM and launch vehicle at the moment. Lark, what was Lark? Oh, that must be Sounding Rocket. Because I'm pretty sure that this, in 10 stages, oh, this is a complete launch vehicle to get this thing into orbit. And it has a, yeah, it has that. So I'd also need to, which I could do. I guess what I would do is, oh yeah, this is like the fake Gemini thing. Is do it Apollo style, where I would extend this out. Or sorry, Apollo-Soyuz style, ASTP, and put an actual little docking adapter module in there. That then, after I reached orbit, I do transposition and docking, dock with the adapter, and then dock with the thingy. So, but that sounds like a pain. Oh, apparently I still have Steam making sounds. Sorry about that. So let's go with the Mark II thingy. It's a very big launch abort system because there's a whole lot of pod. It's 6 of these things, and they're the big old set motors running at 30% thrust, so they run for a few seconds. So yeah, it's fairly sizable. This is basically like a one-person Gemini. It has little Gemini thrusters in there. And I remember making this. I think I got like 90% of the way done, and then KSP crashed, and I lost my save. So I had to remake the thing. Pap, thank you. I will grab from there. Let's see. Mark 1, 2. Oh, this is the whole shebang. I don't know whether this is going to lunar orbit. I think it's probably going to lunar orbit. It's probably got too much of a launch vehicle under it. Let's see. That looks... Yes, that that is taking us to lunar orbit. That is definitely taking us to lunar orbit. Complete with an insertion and trans-Earth injection. Service module. All right. Man, those solar panels just hanging out there in the airflow, that kind of weirds me out. Yeah, now that's a serious business launch abort system. Using Tiny Tim boosters and set motors, lots of set motors. That's ridiculous. So I think I'll just use a Labrador because I have a... Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. I could just cut out the second stage. Is that going to be... That should actually be about right for Delta V. Well, the first stage will be overpowered for sure. But they throttle, don't they? Oh, this is for my tutorial playthrough, and I think I was planning to actually do exactly what you're talking about, which was get rid of some of my original Kerolox second stages and replace them with Hydrolox ones. Let's see if I can line this up right. Survey says I can't. That looks right. Yeah. All right, what diameter is this anyway? This is 4 meters. Top, 4 meters. Ooh, perfect. Is that perfect actually, or is it not actually perfect? It's actually perfect. Good. Yes, as expected, we have, good lord, that's a high thrust to weight ratio. Oh. Let's remove an engine. Still goes nuts. Let's remove more than one engine. Maybe let's try with 4. Come on. There. How's that look? And let's shrink this. All right. 59 and 42 is plenty of Delta V to get into orbit. Oh, I think I could get by with 3 of these. Probably. Yeah, easily. All right. Three minute and 20-second. So kind of high Gs. We'll keep it 5 Gs, and that'll extend this out to probably 3 minutes 30 seconds, which will give us a bit more gravity losses, and everything looks good. All right. And that's plenty of service module to deal with the rendezvous. Why do I like the TT06? Remind me what the TT06 is, because I don't remember. Staging. Engines. SEP, ullage, upper. Okay, upper goes away. Then we have service module ignition. Oh, launch abort system should be down here, shouldn't it? Yes, it should. And our delta V just went through the roof. Why did... Oh, do I have this turned off for some reason? No? What's up with that? Engine. Did I do the wrong thing here? Oh, wrong decoupler. Okay, so where's our launch abort system anyway? Oh, it's right here. And it is in the right stage. No, it's in the wrong stage. Right, because this is RCS ullaged. That's right. That's right. I should have remembered that. Okay. Okay, now I think we're ready, although we're way up high in the sky, apparently. I don't like tripod engine configs, but I often end up using them because I often need 3 engines. And what you're going to do? Oh, I really should put the solar panels down in there, but I couldn't fit enough of them in there, so that's why they're out here. So let's... So that's good, but we need to align with that. Where is it? There we are. Where is the space center? Where's the red dot? The red dot is... Yeah, that's the cape. All right, so we're... How far off are we? Could we launch now, and could we be okay? I think we have enough delta V to afford the plane change. Couple hours is... We want to minimize... No, we'll just let MechJeb launch into the plane. We'll wait a day. That's fine. Yeah, Scatterer has never showed up in the tracking station for me as far as I remember, but I'm using an ancient version of Scatterer on 1.3, so that's probably why. All right, those engines are aligned horrifically. I don't think they're even... Oh, it's... Okay, it's aligned with that axis, I guess. Whatevs, it's fine. Let's go. Elevator music. How I've missed you. Stellar Trail. Is that intentionally borrowing from Korolev, or is that unintentionally borrowing from Korolev? Kulini, I answered it by asking what the TT-06 is, because I don't know. And chat has already. All right, so this ascent is going to be nothing like the other ascent. Limit acceleration to... Oh, there's no way we're limiting it to 3Gs, but we will limit it to 4Gs, which is... That sounds about right. The mini stability enhancer. I'm not using the mini stability. Oh yeah. Am I? I don't think I am. Oh yeah, I am over there. No, it's just because it's a different launch clamp. I like having more than one kind of. It's basically because I don't have FASA installed, but I miss its launch towers. So I wanted some kind of launch tower like thing. Oh, Agathorn. Yeah, no. Korolev felt he was making, quote, a road to the stars with the R7 and then the Vostok program and all that. So I thought that's what that was about. So what is our... Before we try to rendezvous with target, I'm first going to try to figure out what the heck I want my launch profile to be like. 1.2 ending at 4Gs. And then a 7-minute burn. Although we won't use all of it, probably. So, yeah. Let's do that. And let's launch. And we'll aim for a 250 by 250 orbit, I think. Which means that turn should probably be correct. So, launch into plane of target. 23 hours and 12 minutes. What is our relative inclination to target? 4.75 degrees. That's bad. I guess we might as well just wait the day. And hope that we don't explode coming out of time warp, which we've done. Pap, it was kind of strange, yes. It was kind of strange for all of us who left back in October. Yeah, it's not the sort of thing that we really wanted to address on Reddit. 1 minute to launch. Five seconds. It's going to ignite the engines, and then I'm going to have to stage the clamps because MechJeb isn't, because I don't think I have auto stage on. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Man, this is a stubby rocket. I didn't realize that. This is a remarkably Whoop. What you doing, MechJeb? All right. All right. pitch program initiated. Hopefully everyone inside is enjoying their ride. Look at that liquid hydrogen go. Goodbye. About a liter a second. Blowfish, yeah, totally should have made it narrow and longer. Right now, it looks like those original Juno 5 early Saturn 1 studies. It looks very much reminiscent of those things, like where they had the big fat first stage and then an entire Titan on top of it. What is MacJeb doing? It's a relative inclination, 1/4 of a degree. That's really not bad. For Twitch, I just run an ad blocker, and I've never seen an ad, so I don't know. Same with YouTube. I never get YouTube ads because I run an ad blocker. Kulini, I was talking with that about to Agathorn earlier. That makes MechJeb not kill the throttle when you disengage MechJeb's autopilot. Now, PAP, restartable engines start in 1959, so they're not that far away. The AJ10-104D is an amazing thing, even though it's just not that reliable. Although it's actually pretty reliable. I mean, Thor Able started pretty well. How are we doing on ascent? We're doing pretty well. We're going to start throttling down before too long. Yeah, we probably have like a 4-minute burn time total. Yes, this is basically a stripped down Saturn 1 using Russian first stage engines. I just realized, because it totally is, because it's got this long burning second stage with 4, although the real one had 6 RL10s. So yeah, this is basically a Saturn 1. Oh yeah, you don't. I mean, you don't. If you're going for the XLR81, then RCS to on, stage, ullage, RL10 ignition. Come on, RL10 ignition. There we go. Good RL10 ignition. Tower away. Pitch up. Oh, we're going to a higher orbit than I would have liked, but we'll probably end up falling down some. So PAP, even Agena B wasn't that late. It was only like, what, 60, 61 at most? I'm trying to remember when they shot the first Agena B. So our relative inclination is getting bad. Let's try. That's wrong. That's right. I wish you could set azimuth offsets as well as you can set final flight path offsets. That would make my life easier. bring that relative inclination down. We can turn our RCS off because we do have enough engines. What do I want? I want 28 points. Yeah, let's try futzing with this to make things more correct. Oh, if you're launching Luna 2. So, funny thing about Luna 2, if memory serves, the Russians ran the Block E verniers for about 20 minutes to keep ullage for that, because they didn't have anything restartable and they didn't have any way to re-ullage the tanks. So, yeah. Yeah, you're kind of screwed if you're doing that kind of thing. That's a better relative inclination. I like that better. We're still going to need to correct it, I think. But it's pretty good. I guess we're going to 300 instead of 250. But that's okay. 2.8 kilometers per second to go. We'll fall down a little bit. All right, we're lining up pretty well. Pitch down a little bit. Yeah, gravity losses are getting higher all the time. As expected. We haven't even run through half our burn time yet. Coolini, no, they were launching polar when the moon was at its ascending or descending node, which meant that they had to launch polar and then inject TLI at exactly the right time. Which meant that they had to effectively coast for a little bit. And you can't really coast, but you can run the verniers. Tyler Reyes was here earlier. He may still be here. Not very much. I mean, you can stabilize it with RCS. So, well, I mean, technically, it really only. Yeah, it should only take a few. Well, it's not thrust. It's acceleration, and it shouldn't take very much acceleration to do it. I mean, a couple newtons on, a penny is going to be very different from a couple newtons on an S4B. Coolini, roughly speaking, yes. I think they launched south and then did their injection at the sending node. But they weren't restarting. They never started the RDO 105. They started only the verniers of the Block E. And then they started the actual RDO 105 at the correct time for that. Blowfish, yes. It was I believe they did it just from venting. But it also did have ullage motors, which they fired prior to actual. Like, it was stable at the time, but it was like broadly stable at the time. But they did have ullage motors for it, I think. Is that making it worse? Oh, that's making it worse. All right. Let's correct in this direction. Just pitch up. I'm going to kill off. Oh, we have way more vertical speed than I thought we did. I was not paying enough attention. That's kind of bad. Close enough. All right, so we're in a 297 by 284 kilometer orbit. Let's try getting a bit more off our uppers RCS because it's got a bunch of RCS. Oh no, we can correct with the service module. What am I talking about? Let's get rid of that stage. All right, and extend our antennas and solar panels. And light them up. Now, we need to perform a rendezvous. So, let's match planes with target at the ANDN. Create, how big a burn is that? 18 meters per second in 1 hour. All right, I'm lining up sunward so that we get as much as we can out of the sun. Broadly sunward. Oops, let's kill that. All right, we have an hour and 14 minutes to kill. Oh, I bet. Yep, that always defaults to on, and I always have to forget and turn it off. It's super annoying. Hopefully it's fixed in the most recent releases of that. I did beg that to be fixed. All right. So let's go ahead and tell MacJeb to execute it. We should have plenty of RCS propellant, so we can let MacJeb be fairly profligate with it. Oh yeah, MacJeb can align to the sun. I should have done that. Yeah, I always forget. That was added at some point, and then I just never remembered that it was. Ooh, I forgot that MacJeb actually performs ullage. Thank you, Lamont. And look at that relative inclination go down to 0. Awesome. All right, now home and transfer. In 1 day and 19 hours. That's kind of a while, but okay. So smart ASS, and we want advanced. Reference sun, forward, execute. Turn the RCS off, so let it coast. It doesn't seem to be aligning right. That is not towards the sun. Oh. Maybe I wanted up. Oh yeah, because it's not right, because Y is forward. It's forward is Z, and we don't want. All right, let's turn that off, turn on that, and wait a day and 19 hours. Don't watch the spinny thing. Don't watch the spinny thing. Seven hours, 6 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours. What's our period? It's about 90 minutes, isn't it? Yep, it's a 90-minute orbit. So let's go ahead and let MechJeb execute that node. It's half a world away, almost precisely. Oh yeah, I could have used the Warp Helper too. I think I even have it open, or at least I used to. No, I think I shut it. Because I started using CAC for everything. Because Kerbal Alarm Clock is great. All right, we've aligned, helpfully. What is this? This must be an asterisk. Yeah, I usually use an asterisk for these things. Thrust to weight ratio, 0.2. That's why this is taking so long. I wish somebody would write something to MechJeb where it cleans up on RCS. That would be nice. How long are my normal streams? Well, I haven't done one in about 6.5 months. So probably more, because I think I was crunching on 1.2 for a while. So I don't know. My tutorials were usually about an hour long for an episode. I don't know. This one has been going on for, this one is going on for way longer than I thought it was. So hopefully I will do this rendezvous quite soon and then go eat, because I got hungry. Let's see. How are we looking? It's our closest approach. 72 kilometers. Well, we can do better than that. Fine-tune closest approach to target. What? A 91 meter per second burn to get it down from 70 kilometers to... I find that hard to believe. I find that very hard to believe. Yeah, it's still trying to have us do that. I don't know why. I really don't know why it's expecting that big a burn. Yeah, I think MechJeb might have done something interesting to this burn, but whatever. I guess 300 to 400, there wasn't much. I don't know. Whatever. We're at 72. Yeah. Let me see if I can manually tighten this up a little bit. Yes, it looks like what happened was that we overburned. So let's flip to radial in and try to correct things a bit. Awesome, it actually did stick. I've always had bad luck with that. All right, so lock on. "65, 64, 63, 60. All right, yeah, it's going to be about 90 meters per second to correct this. It was not lying. It just screwed up the initial burn, I guess. 52, 51, 49. Now it's flickering. So we'll just get close and match velocities as close as approach, and then get closer. 47 kilometers. Let's see what we can do with this. This is making it, yes, this is making it better. All right, now at least we have a solid. "29 kilometers, 28. Well, it's not like we don't have lots of delta V. Let's refine our approach down to less than a kilometer. All right. That's as good as that's going to get. So we apparently need to burn left. So let's line up with this notional maneuver. Oh, it's because our planes weren't matched correctly. That's what the final 3 kilometers of difference were. Yeah. Okay, now we should be good to go. Yep, 100-meter separation. Pretty nice. So we want match velocities the closest approach. So I'm going to use Felipe's Warp 2 for this because I want a minute's clearance. All right. Okay, and we'll let MechJeb handle the next burn, because I wanted to do a partial burn then. And let's see if we can acquire it visually. There we are. Still fairly far away. Ooh, this is not bad. All right, we've reached 0.2 meters per second relative velocity, 137 meters. I did call it Genie target. All right. Let's move prograde over to it. Get some decent closure rate of 1 meter per second. And let me see if I can pick out the docking port. Set as target. And control from here. Right. Now, we want to move up and to the left, I believe. Oh yeah, I left you. Wasn't the guy like an Air Force captain or something in the space program? I am going to use Navy Fish's thingy when we get close. Should I still have up? Yeah, should I have up here? Although I never really figured out what all the stuff does, but I know it well enough to. Oh, sorry, Steam is still blooping at me. Okay. 60 meters. All right. We'll speed up a little bit. Slow down a little bit. Why are those not? Oh, they are firing. Okay, good. Back to 1 meter per second. Controlling from the port does not make a difference from controlling from the pod if they're aligned, except for the range you get. All right, so now we need to align. Okay. We're now aligned. Well, we were until I went out of missile. That was not the smartest thing. I should have braked earlier. You know what? Let's locked. There we are. Now my alignments will make sense. Okay, so let's line up like this. We're sinking a little past it. Okay. Oops. Turned past it while I wasn't paying attention. Dang. Man, this I'm definitely out of practice with. Oh, and now we're on the... Yeah. All right. Whoa, roll was interesting. All right. Let's align this properly. Use the docking port alignment indicator. Yes, for the ISS, they have an entire approach sequence, and we probably should have started like 10 kilometers ago, at least. But this is Kerbal. This is the only time I will say this is Kerbal. And ain't nobody got time for that. All right, so Now we're slightly prograde, and let's line up right. Uh, yeah, sorry, my mic was muted for a bit. Yes, I only have that one set of RCS, so basically broadly like Apollo in that regard. Although I think they also had capsule RCS, but I don't know if they used it during docking. Oops. It takes me forever to get used to the fact that the docking, the orange thing is reversed, but the other thing is not. All right, now we broadly have alignment. All right. Now let's move towards it a little bit because we're going pretty. Oops. Let's get back on target. There. Now we're actually aligned pretty well. If we can manage to not deviate too much. Let's line back up. Come on. Line back up. Whoops. Over alignment. There we are. Docked. All right. So we have rendezvoused with our rendezvous target. All is well. All is well. Yeah, I'm out of practice, but beyond that, I'm not going to make excuses. Docking is not my best skill. And also, I really should have slowed down a little bit first. But anywho, and MechJeb would be more precise, but it would have used up all my RCS about 10 minutes ago. So I'll stick with me. Anyway, let's go ahead and shake it loose, back away. Oh, hey, you probably hear the siren because the window's open. So there we are. I'm not going to bother re-entering it because everybody's seen re-entry a dozen times. The mod for these beautiful stars is it came with RVE. Pingo Pete had a galaxy texture for that. Um, yeah, it's super hot here, and they haven't put the air conditioning in yet, so I had to have the window fully open and a fan on. But anyway, it is now like 9:40, and I really kind of have to go eat. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I'm glad to have done this again. It was fun. I've missed it. So I will hopefully see you all soon. So, thanks again.